Hey everyone, this is Nona from The Aligned Lover. This is a continuation of my series on trying to find some pattern amongst the Kibbe body IDs. I did theatrical romantic and romantic before, and now we're going all the way to the other side of the spectrum, and we are observing some dramatic actresses speaking. Gonna see how they move their facial expressions, their hands, their bodies, all those different patterns. Just to give a very quick summary, we learned romantics, very undulating, serpentine, small movements. They're very bubbly and they're very small, they're very flowy, they're very fluid. Nothing's very forceful or rigid at all. With theatrical romantic, they go on and off between really introspecting and then hitting whoever they're talking to or some point out in space with a very intense stare, and they always really tense these eye muscles. It gives them a very feline look. So keep that in mind. We're going to look at dramatic actresses, two of them, and then we'll go ahead and talk about what they're doing and rewatch those clips and watch a whole bunch more. So let's start off with Elizabeth Debicki. And let's look at Tilda Swinton. So, what I noticed about these actresses is that they're very decisive in their movements. They have a certain element of definition, of intentional direction with the way that they like to emphasize what they're saying through their head nods. They're a bit more forward, or if they're on the side, they're a bit more the angle. They're more of a statement kind of emphasis. And with their hands, they like to place things in categories, or they change the way they move their hands to symbolize different levels of definition or of direction or intensity. It's not like a huge, rigid movement that's full on force of excitement. It's more gradual. There's more of a definition to it. There's more varying levels of intensity, and it's conclusive. They have conclusive movement. So let's take a look again at Elizabeth Debicki and see if we can really appreciate the way she moves. And Tilda again. She has a very strong, decisive way of moving her nods or her hands. It's very, very conclusive. It's not iffy. It's not in the midst of a thought. It's conclusion, conclusion, conclusion. Yes, different conclusions may contradict each other, and that leads to continuing that thought, but they're decisive in their thought. They finish their thought, or it seems like they finish their thought when they move. So let's go ahead and look at the Queen of Dramatics, Katharine Hepburn, and let's appreciate her very definitive movements. It's almost as if her movements all say, that's what it is, and that's what it is, And that's what that is. It's very conclusive. So let's look at someone who's a bit more expressive in terms of range. She moves around just a little bit more, especially with her face, but I still sense the same kind of pattern in Claire Danes. What I get from her very strongly is that she has strong labeling expressions and gestures. This is this way, and this is this way, and this is another way. It's strong. So let's look at two more. We have Michelle Dockery. She's a bit more gentle. She's a bit more smooth, but she still has that sense of being a bit more strong with categorizing, with judgment. I don't mean judgment as in judgmental. I mean being able to conclude or separate ideas. She's a bit more gentle. She's less categorical in her placement, but she still has this imaginary line where she plays something here and then plays something here. And she still has those very definitive nods. So I'm just going to play that again. And then last one is Jamie Lee Curtis.
Really true.
She punctuates a lot with her nods, her hand movements. Things are certain ways. It's all about definition. She's so fun to watch. She's very animated, and I can tell there's a huge story behind all of her hand gestures. So just to give you a little palette cleanser, I'm going to play Sophia Loren, who is a soft dramatic, and she doesn't have that punctuation. It's more rounded, it's more soft, it's a bit more absorbent. So let's see if you can get that from this little clip. She's a bit more up in the air. You can really sense her thought pattern. With the dramatics, you really get that instant kind of response. With Sophia, it's a bit slower. You really see her and you can almost feel her chewing on her options, on her words, on her thoughts. It's more open to different ways of interpretation, of different directions. Just a bit more round, it's a bit more fluid, it's more gentle. So I know this isn't, an exact science, and I'm just trying to find different patterns, but I think it's pretty fun. And let me know what you think. Obviously, these are just a few clips, few short clips. I wish I had the time and the energy to go through way more and be way more cohesive, but I hope that was fun enough for you. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. We'll go over the Sophia Loren's and the Monica Bellucci's and the Sofia Vergara's, and that's going to be a really, really fun video. Bye!